Hey, what's up everyone? Chris Price here with another, well, kind of update on the KR. I've had a recent disaster and I've decided to kind of make a tutorial to see if we can get through this disaster together. So, today's video is going to be me attempting to repair a ton of scratches that I put in my canopy. I got done doing all the paint work. I pulled all the protective film and stuff off of the canopy, and she scratched a lot. So after losing some sleep last night and doing some research, I'm going to attempt to tackle scratch repair on my plexiglass canopy. So follow along if you want to, and we'll show the scratches and the process that I'm going through to remove them. So far it seems like I can do it, which is good because I don't want to build another canopy frame and spend, you know, $1,000 or whatever dollars is to buy a new canopy. So here we go. All right, so step one of canopy scratch repair. Don't be an idiot and scratch up your canopy. A lot of the scratches that were put in was from a straight razor and me being careless. I had a protective film on it, and through the years, because I think I bought this canopy 6 years ago, through the years that protective film came off. And when the time came to do the bodywork and stuff, I just taped up the edges and covered it with cardboard paper, and with the mindset of I'm protecting the canopy from the paint. So when I was trimming the stuff and the tape, I thought I was being careful with the razor and just cutting the tape. No, I was putting lines in my canopy. So step one, don't be an idiot. Okay, well, if you didn't follow step one, here we are in step two. Looking at everything, assessing the scratches, and coming up with a game plan. So there's gonna be some light scratches just from moving around. Like I had this on a blanket and it scratched up a little bit. Really small ones that you really have to look for to find. Those can come out with some rubbing compound. If that doesn't work, maybe 2000 grit before you do that, and it's fine. Bigger stuff like this guy, I remember when I did that, I picked it up and I hit something, and that's deep. That ain't coming out. I'm gonna have to live with that. The ones that I know I can fix, because I've tried it already, is more what this video is tailored to. Hard to see, but let's see if I can get the camera to show it with my finger. Focus, there we go. All right, that one's on the inside and you can see the line because there's electrical tape. But, come on. There's scratches in lines. Like I said, I did this with a razor, and what I'm doing is, let me find one here. You're taking your finger on it, and you can hear my finger catching on it. That's what we're working with. So, I've assessed everything. I've got a lot of lines like this around that I know I can fix. So let's go through how we're doing that. All right, here we are on step three, getting rid of the scratches. So this is a little example of what I'm working with. So you can definitely see what I'm doing now. So there's a scratch that starts here and goes all the way to about here. So what I did was you start off with 600 grit wet, and you just do your best to keep it just on the line. So the initial sand was just right here. And you start sanding, you do a couple passes, look at it, see if you can still see the line through it. If you want to help, you can take a little bit of water and wet check it like that, and then it'll help show if there's a line there. Keep on sanding with 600 grit till you don't see the line anymore. So it probably took me about 6 passes here to remove that scratch. Once you're done with the 600, I advance to 1000 wet, and you can see how it expands out. So my 1000 grit, I only went this here all the way across, and then probably about 3 passes, and then once again you can take your finger, wet check it, and you can tell if you've removed all the 600 grit scratches. Once you've removed the 600 grit with the 1000, then you can extend to 2000, which is even a little harder to see. This wider pass right here is 2000 grit. So 2 to 3 passes with that, the 2000 grit has now removed the 1000 grit. So now, once I'm done with that, once again I wet checked it to see if the line was still there. It's not, so we can move on to step 4, buffing. So here we are, step 4 of removing the scratches. We're gonna work with some 3M rubbing compound to remove those 2000 grit scratches. So I've got I have an area operated sanding tool with adapters and buffers. This is the coarse foam pad, and then I've got my 3M step 1 rubbing compound here. Now I'm working in an area where I've already done paint work, and this guy, the way it spins is that way, right? So since I'm close to the paint, I want to use this edge that's rolling off the paint so that I don't catch an edge and rip the paint off. Ask me how I know. So I'm gonna try to set this up. I'm only gonna be able to fix this area where the 2000 is, but I'm gonna take this compound just a little, and this is gonna be loud, but I wanna show you how quick it works. I'm gonna dab it a little bit, rub it around because I don't want to splatter this everywhere. Now remember, I'm leaning it this way so that I go off the paint. And then we're gonna do it real quick. Here we go. All right, just that much. Let's see how it goes. Microfiber. Rub that compound off. And what I'm seeing is no more scratch. I've removed the 2000 grit. The 1000 is still there because that stuff isn't abrasive enough. And there we go. That was all of 5 minutes of work in this spot to include recording. So there you go. I'll take a look at it in the light and stuff. Probably use a bit of fine polishing compound. I got step 2 or 3. I'll probably go with a 3. And then from there, we'll go to the stuff that's specifically designed for canopies. Canopy cleaner. Cool. Well, I hope this was helpful. I found a lot of videos on YouTube that showed how to fix like acrylic fish tanks, but this one maybe someone can find. It says I got a scratch in my aircraft canopy, and hopefully it helps somebody in the future. For those builders out there, keep on building, and eventually you'll be done. Have a good one. Thanks.